Vicky Levac lives in Berwick, Nova Scotia and attends grade 11 in Auburn, Nova Scotia. Since birth, she has been coping with the day-to-day challenges of cerebral palsy.
The range of her disability is fairly severe. She needs help with most of her daily living activities and needs an aide full-time at school.
Even though I can speak, I have what they call severe spastic quadriplegic cerebral palsy, and the only reason they call it severe, as far as I know, is because it affects all 4 of my limbs. Well, of course, I have the electric wheelchair, which enables me to move freely without assistance. However, I do need help transferring from the chair to the bed or the bath, etc. You know, and you know, I can weight bear and help transfer myself, and I also can't write because my cerebral palsy affects my hands.
One of the keys to Vicky's continued success has been her driving spirit and the exceptional support she gets from her school and her aide.
The services support that's in place for Vicky at this school is she has a full-time EA, myself, and my job primarily is to help physically with Vicky, the things that she's unable to do on her own. And I greet her at the door in the morning and help her get things out of her locker and help her in classroom with scribing. Vicky can't physically take her own notes, so I take notes for her and she'll tell me things to write down. And I help her with her physical daily needs as well, and that sort of thing.
I always like to read. I read a lot using, most of the time, books on tape or books on CD, just because it's easier, because I can't flip pages as easily as other people, and I have trouble tracking the words on the page.
Vicky is extremely motivated and works hard towards any goals she wants to attain. Her family continues to help through their unconditional support, but also by challenging her to grow outside of her comfort zone.
She's very motivated in the sense that she doesn't let her disability get in the way of her academics. And I love working with Vicky as a person because I see her determination every day and how hard she works, and it's really enlightening to work with her.
She's very goal-oriented. If she has something she needs to get done, she'll do it without, like, complaining too much. She's doing stuff with her life. She's not just letting her disability take over her life.
Vicky has plans to attend post-secondary and provide her unique understanding and viewpoint in assisting others with disabilities as a career goal.
I want to be a psychologist or a social worker for children with disabilities because, I mean, if a student with a disability goes to a counselor, they can say, I know exactly what you're going through. But if they're able-bodied, they really don't. They can try, but they can never really. And I feel who better for children to go to, children with disabilities to go to, than someone who's actually been there, who can say, I actually know what you're going through because I went through it myself and here's what I did.
I think she'll reach her goals because her goals are realistic. She knows what her limitations are. We'll give her that she's got her stepmother and I to support her through it, you know, financially and physically to get her through it. Also, we've taught her how to demand what her due is and what her rights are, so that she makes sure she gets what she's entitled to.
I think Vicky will reach her post-secondary and career goals because we've given her a firm foundation to do that, because we've allowed her to blossom, and we've politicized her to a point where she can advocate for herself, to the school, to the public at large, to the government, to whoever it is she needs to advocate to.
Vicky will tell you that there are obstacles sometimes that stand in your way, but she overcomes them. She's very determined, and I would have to say she would be a great role model for anybody with a disability thinking of going on to post-secondary.
Vicky's parents offer these words of motivation to other parents who may have children with similar disabilities.
I think any parent, to make their disabled child succeed, has to learn that helping them isn't always helping them. We've learned that we need to help Vicky to learn what she needs to do and then watch her do it. If she needs help, we can, help her after the fact, but she really needs to learn to do a lot of this on her own because we want her to be a full citizen.
Well, one thing I said to Vicky when she went on a school field trip and she was in her manual chair and it was through a cornfield, and she asked me, I don't know if I can get through here, and I told her that everything's wheelchair accessible if you push hard enough. So I think that lesson is that if you can't do anything you want just because you try, but if you don't try, you won't accomplish anything.
Vicky and her family have overcome numerous obstacles on their way to growth. By empowering Vicky, they have given her the basic building blocks to become a meaningful member of their community.
One thing I'd like to say is, you are not alone. You may feel alone, but you're not.